singer and songwriter Phil Vassar is coming to the Ridgefield Playhouse tomorrow night. He's currently busy on the road and working on his soon-to-be-seen PBS show, Songs from the Cellar. And he's on the phone with us right now. Can we welcome him on? Welcome
thanks
to the show.
for having me. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great.
All
yeah,
right.
we're doing great. You know, there's a few things you can count on every year. You can count on the fall foliage around here. You can count on Christmas and Phil Vassar at the
Only
Ridgefield
a few
Playhouse.
of those things we like, fall foliage and Phil Vassar.
That's right.
I
There are a
love
couple of
coming to
those.
Ridgefield too. It's beautiful. It's always so nice there, and I just appreciate you guys having me back every year. I love it, and you know, it's a fun room, and the audience is always just great. I love it.
Yeah,
So thanks for having me.
we love the Vassar in these parts. But I tell you, this year it's going to be a little different, Phil. Normally you're here when it's like 20 below.
I know.
Actually, it's
I
going to
know.
be...
I might actually get to walk outside this time. It's going to be nice.
And the Songs from the Cellar, that on
Right.
PBS is coming up, right?
It sure is. I mean, we've shot all these the shows with Tommy Shaw and Peter Frampton, and I had Mike Tyson, Carrot Top. I've had Steve Cropper, some of the biggest songwriters ever. And it's been really, really fun. Plus I get to go down to my wine cellar and we play music. What a good time, right?
So how did that get started? I'm just curious.
It's funny. Actually, John Rich was over one night. We were hanging out. We're down in my cellar. We're sitting there. We're talking. We're laughing about, because John and I have known each other 100 years, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And way before we got record deals and, had hits or anything like that. So we were laughing, and then Tommy Shaw came over from Styx. Tommy was here. He's my neighbor. He lives right behind me. And, Cheryl Crow lives about 4 houses down. So, it's an eclectic little neighborhood. Keith and Nicole live right across the street. And, it's interesting, and, David Price, the pitcher, lives right across the street from me.
No
That's
way.
who lives there.
Excuse us, Phil,
I know.
for living in just a rundown,
Well, let me tell you,
a beat-up old neighborhood. He's got all these
No.
stars next door.
It's a
here.
weird
I want to hear the
neighborhood,
story.
man.
Stop.
It's so eclectic. It's like it's the weirdest bunch of folks, and but it's also fun. We'll get together and we'll just sit and rap and we talk and
Jam
I said, look,
sessions.
and we need to. We were laughing so hard we were crying, and it's like, look, well, we need to do this with cameras rolling, and so we decided to do it. And John and everybody said, okay, cool. So we did it, and we talk about songwriting, and touring, and Peter Frampton tells stories, it's just a cool thing. We're really, really lucky I get to do it. I did it on a whim, really. I didn't think it was ever going to be anywhere but on my YouTube channel or something or whatever, but it ended up, PBS picked it up, and we're excited. Really, really am.
Well, let me ask you this, Phil. You kind of got caught up between the 80s resurgence of country and what they're now calling new country. So what do you think of this new country today?
Well, it's weird. my first song came out in 99. Carlene came out in 99, and I was more 2000s and whatever. But, it's just different. It's like anything. It's like, there's good, there's bad. There's really bad. Some of it's pretty good, and, look, I'm a singer-songwriter, man. I just do my thing, I'm not all about all the hype. It's like razors, man. It's like disposable. It's like you're here 1 minute and then you're gone. I just think, that's what I really, really miss is really great songs and great music. And songs that used to make me pull my car over and go, what the hell just happened, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if some of these songs are going to ever be around ever again after their hits,
So, Phil, being a very successful songwriter and having others have tremendous success with your songs, is there one song you wish you'd kept for yourself that someone else had a big hit with?
Absolutely not.
No?
No, I don't think so. I think, I couldn't get arrested. I couldn't get a record deal. I couldn't get anybody to pay any attention to me. So I went from having, a lot of those songs, I had on my demo tapes. I was trying to get record deals, and the labels hated the songs. They hated them. They're like, you just need to get a professional songwriter to write your songs, right? This is what they would say. I went from having nothing going on, and then Tim and all these guys are going, man, Chesney and all these kids, let me cut this, let me cut that, Jody Messina or whoever, or Alan Jackson. It's like, man, I really like this song. And I'm like, no. And then one day I said, you know what? You guys just have at it. Cut them all. So I went from having nothing going on to having 6 #1 songs in 1
Wow.
year.
Yeah, I was
right?
going to say, it worked out pretty well for you.
Yes.
Well, it did. And then everybody's like, oh, man, you're great. I'm like, you're an idiot. You're just an idiot.
Well, I've always said you're the Billy Joel of country music.
Well, which is an honor. Of course, Billy Joel is my hero, period, So those guys are the reason I do what I do. They're the reason I wanted to play piano.
I think we're catching a little of the rebel in the Vassar here this morning.
yeah.
I think this is cool. I like
So
this.
good.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's great. I mean, I've been so lucky. I get to play and tour all over the world, and and I never have to answer to anybody, and it's a good thing. And I feel sorry for a lot of my friends that still do.
Well, it should be a great time. Friday night, Ridgefield Playhouse. It's the Crank Up the Sun tour. Phil Vassar. You can't miss the Vassar when he comes to town.
No way.
Are you singing with me this time, or what are y'all going to do? Y'all going to sing a song, or what?
If you want to ruin the whole show, yeah, have us up there to sing a song. That's fine.
That is not true, and you know it.
We can destroy a great evening very quickly.
Easy.
We're real good at that, Phil.
Destroy a great evening. That's pretty good.
Hey, listen, before we run, one thing that nobody knows about Phil Vassar that you've never told anybody.
I don't know. That's a pretty tough one. If I didn't tell somebody, it's probably because it did need to be told.
Okay.
Right now, I'm on my hoverboard and I'm juggling. How about that?
That's
I'm
perfect.
juggling on a hoverboard and doing an interview. How about
We're
that?
mightily impressed.
Yeah. He sings, he plays the piano, he crawls on his belly like a reptile, and you can see him Friday night at the Ridgefield
But
Playhouse.
I can't dance very well. I can't dance very well at all.
Well, you do a few moves on the top of that piano. I've seen you.
Well, it's getting harder and harder to do that. I'm about to start getting a lift, a little trampoline to jump up on it, maybe, or something.
You're still shaking the money maker there, Phil. You know.
Well, I'm doing my best. I'm having fun.
Hey, we'll see you Friday night, Ridgefield Playhouse. It's always great talking to Phil Vassar. Thanks for being on the show with us.
Y'all are the best. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Listen to Mr. Morning and Suzy live from anywhere. Download our Kicks 105.5 mobile app. It's right there at Google Play or your app store.